Thank you so much, Kate, and welcome to the Hammers. The Ticats are looking for their first win of the season, and no better way to do it than against the undefeated Montreal Alouettes. He expected it to be at the start of the season, although he says, we got some limitations we didn't see coming. We got some guys that have strengths that we didn't see coming. We will figure it out on the fly. They're in a better place than they were last year, but they're still winless as we head into week number 4 as the opening kickoff is returned by Wooden across the 30 and wrapped up, brought down as Nate Beauchemin, the rookie out of the University of Calgary, makes the play, and out comes Bo Levi Mitchell. This is the running back, but they'll split out wide to begin this ball game. They'll look inside as Litre gets the puck inside to the 40-yard line, gain of 3, and the Ticats starting offense. Bit of a different look in that backfield next to Bo.
Yeah, and we'll start with that offensive line. Some continuity there. Brandon Revenberg, of course, the leader of that group, perennial all-star in the Canadian Football League. Treshaun Ward will get the start at running back. We expect to see a little bit of Johnny Augustine, a little bit of Ante Litre as well, with Greg Bell out of the lineup this week.
Bouncing around Kenny Lawler, you see there, number 89, leading receiver on the Ticats early in the season. They'll go to the outside, diving to make the grab, Tim White, and just shy of the stick, so early decision time for the Ticats offense. Back on 3rd and 1, stacked up immediately. Did the Montreal defense get a stop? Stacked it right at the line, no signal to begin, as Scott Milanovic watches on anxiously. And it looks like they're going to pull this, and whoa! It's an early turnover on downs. Montreal gets the stop. Explosive Ticats offense off the field. So Bethel Thompson at the controls for Davis Alexander, hands it off. Sean Thomas Erlington slides down immediately.
Not a ton of reps to be had in training camp, so he's still learning on the fly a little bit.
Blitz on from the Ticats, shot over the top as a flag is up as well. Dropped into the bucket there for Charleston Rambo, but Jamal Peters on the spot knocks it away. And let's see what the laundry's all about.
Offside, Montreal number 85. That penalty is declined. 3rd down.
Jonathan Zima punt.
And using Tim White back as well, mixing and matching one of their leading receivers. A little bit of speed to the special teams unit. And it'll drop over the head of Isaiah Wooden Sr.
Mark through their first couple of years together.
Mitchell looks outside, quickly this time connects, and it's an easy completion to Tim White, who steps out of bounds, who leads all Hamilton Ticats receivers with 11 of Bo's 40 touchdowns thrown. Passing night just going to Tim White on little curl routes to the outside. This time they'll go to the bubble screen, try to get it once again. The White slips down around the 55-yard line, and the Montreal Alouettes starting defense, one of the very best in the Canadian Football League.
Yeah, and a guy who has really stood out to me this season, Isaac Adeyemi-Berglund, in his 2nd season with the Alouettes after starting his career in Calgary. He just seems to get better and better. Tyrese Beverette, the former Tiger Cat, has of course been a star these last few seasons in Montreal. And keep an eye on that safety spot. Marc-Antoine Dequoy won't always be deep in the middle. You may find him at the line of scrimmage making a nuisance of himself.
Likes to wander all over the place, as do many of these Alouettes defenders, and a little double move this time, trying to take it right down the chute. And incomplete, looking for Keandre Smith, the Canadian out of Guelph. Well, that is the chess match here tonight. Hamilton's offense, Montreal's defense. The veteran quarterback against Noel Thorpe, the veteran defensive coordinator. As this will drop down to James Lesher Jr. And he gets popped immediately. The special teams coverage right there on the spot.
Defeated as a CFL starter.
7-0 to begin as McLeod Bethel Thompson, his replacement, slings it to the outside and quickly chopped down. Trying to get it out there. It was Travis Tice on the edge, but nothing doing as the Hamilton defense makes the big play, and the Montreal starting offense tries to answer now on 2nd down.
Yeah, this offensive line, keep an eye on left guard Pierre-Olivier Lestage. This is a guy who sets the tone in terms of physicality for that group. In the receiving corps, Austin Mack out of the lineup this week, which I anticipate will mean a few more looks for Cole Speaker.
Gotta think so. To the outside, they go to Speaker on cue as he gets wrapped up and thrown down well short of the sticks. In this Hamilton secondary, they've loaded up on veterans, but still trying to find that chemistry as the early season continues, as Hamilton Hamilton gets possession back. Wood Sr. dances his way around the 45-yard line after a 49-yard punt. White is one of those packages that was Tiger Cat fans dreaming about in the offseason. Is this time Bo puts it up. Closest receiver would have been Marc-Antoine Dequoy from the Alouettes. Well, Dequoy has so much range. You see Litre going to the flats. He doesn't even respect it. That time is now. Pressure comes right down the chute. And was that Dequoy? It was. Bo Levi Mitchell goes down. Only 2 sacks allowed. Tied for best in the league through the first couple of weeks.
Good awareness not to be drawn off his feet by a bit of a pump fake there, following through on the tackle.
James Letcher Jr. lets this one drop over his head for the Alouettes, who are 9-0 in June over the past 3 seasons. Score. Both these teams looking for offensive points. Just a couple of special team singles early on as Macbeth keeps the rock and now decides to jump over the top. Never afraid of an adventure into the air is McLeod Bethel Thompson using his legs.
Love the play call, love the decision. Here, everybody's going to collapse on the running back, Travis Tice, leaving the outside wide open for McLeod Bethel Thompson. You expect that to be a Davis Alexander play that maybe isn't on the call sheet with McLeod Bethel Thompson in.
Jordan or McLeod Bethel Thompson? This time, Bethel Thompson to the outside, incomplete. Incomplete, looking for Cole Speaker, who was ISO'd up against this Tiger Cats D.
And we'll take the opportunity to look at this Hamilton Tiger Cat defense. Casey Sales, of course, the veteran leader of this Tiger Cat defensive line. You mentioned Devin Verisuk, the number 2 overall pick in this year's draft, makes his first start as Kyle Wilson was released, so he is the middle linebacker. Jonathan Moxey, we saw him with a big play early. Love the moves the Ticats have made through the offseason that allowed Jonathan Moxey to get back to his natural position of corner as he played nickel much of last year.
Blitz coming here from the Tiger Cats. McLeod Bethel Thompson rips it to the outside. That's complete. Pushed out of bounds. Jonathan Moxey makes sure to spot it for the officials, but Tyler Sneed onto the stat sheet here tonight in week number 4. The Calgary Stampeders, who have signed Kyle Wilson, the recently released linebacker that Dwayne spoke of just a minute ago. Played a lot of games for the Tiger Cats as Joseph Zima drops this one down inside the 20-yard line and dove onto. It'll be a no yards penalty.
Passes, no interceptions. And he said the coolest part of all of this was when he was watching TSN about a week later, and he said, you know what?
It all began.
Wanted to make the most of his career, and knowing the end is coming near, is over the middle. The big man, Giovanni Robinson, makes the grab as Bo, another completion here, looking for that win number 100, and legendary quarterbacks just popping in going, hey, how are you? It's good to see you. And this time a flag comes up, but Bo on point. Completes this one once again. Out in front of Burns, Tim White starting to cook a little bit here on a Friday night.
Offside, Hamilton number 89. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Draw some deep coverage.
Montreal tied for the league in the lead with sacks coming in. This time they can't get home to Bo Levi as Tyrese Beverett flies out from his linebacker position. Mitchell, 2nd and 12. Looks over the top. This one thrown up for grabs. Najee Murray running underneath it. Kenny Lawler, closest receiver, but incomplete. A wizard drawing it up. Convoluted scheme that frustrates so many quarterbacks across the Canadian Football League, and Bo Levi Mitchell feeling that right now as we near the end of the first quarter. This kick dribbles out of bounds perfectly. Nick Constantino. A 52-yard punt and plenty of head taps to go around at those uprights. The front of the CFL end zone. As Macbeth looks over the top, trying to get a big chunk, immediately rips it, and it is intercepted. Hamilton with great field position after the defense steps up. It's Jamal Peters making the play.
Pocket. Macbeth knows he's got to put it up, avoid taking that sack, which would be a safety, and Jamal Peters, the veteran corner, 2nd year with the Ticats, former Toronto Argonaut, with a big INT.
Just go make plays. Well, he just did right there. Bo Levi Mitchell once again back to White, makes one-man miss and pushed out of bounds as they are going after right now and working over Lorenzo Burns. Receivers to begin into the boundary. They'll show run, give run. On first down, nice little pickup that time. The left side of that Tiger Cats offensive line. Bordner, Revenberg, and Woodfancy pushing their way forward with Johnny Augustine toting the rock. To see him come up and visit us in the booth before the game here as Bo Levi Mitchell pumps, looks to his left, gets it incomplete. Running down that left side, it is once again the big man, Johnny Robinson, but it falls out. And was it Jeffrey Canton-Arcou who came up with it? Is it a fumble forced and a fumble recovered for the standout second year from Memphis?
But it looks like Canton-Arcou is able to fall on this ball before he hits the sideline, before the ball hits the sideline. Well, I'm sure they'll take a look at this. Determine, is the right elbow out? Is he out of bounds when he recovers this ball?
Canton-Arcou told us this week he was surprised to see how long he had to wait around during the CFL draft. 9th overall selection. As flags come up.
Procedure, Montreal number 66. Ball be moved half the distance. Remains first down.
Overs and pressures, he's been unreal.
Tim White hyping up Giovanni Robinson there as a big-time throw to the outside. Charleston Rambo hauls it in front of Jamal Peters, who just had the interception and is right back on the field. In the game, this is the man that pushes forward behind that big Alouettes offensive line, and number 5 leans his way across the line. Lines up with Stevie Scott III. Next to him, fakes the run, rips it. Tyler Sneed makes the grab. And it'll be a gain of 7. Hot, and the offenses are not. They are trying to find their way through this one, but a couple of great defenses getting going. Brett Monson, obviously, on the Hamilton side. We haven't really spoken about him. Away we go. As flags come up on the snap. It is an
Offside.
first.
Hamilton defensive line. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Success in the early going as well.
Eddie Machocha maintaining that core as the general manager. The inside run this time going nowhere. Scott listed as 6'1", 218 in his second year out of Indiana. As Bethel Thompson rolls away from pressure, looks for Scott and bounces off his backhand. It's incomplete. Devin Verzuk right there on coverage in the flats, and Montreal will have to send it away. Zima stands back, ready to kick this one away. High spiraling boot drops into the boundary and out of bounds. Before it bounced inbounds.
Illegal kick out of bounds. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Getting it deep. It's just the rest of the throws where he's been smart and conservative. This time he does rip it over the top, and it's up for Kenny Lawler. Incomplete. Bounced off his hands as they went for Burns. What was that? Under center 3-step drop and throw a fade? Is this the 90s? What's happening out there, Dwayne? This one to the outside. Completed. Johnny Augustine dives for the first down marker. Nice effort on 2nd and long as the running back goes and gets it.
He's in the early portion of this season.
No doubt. Inside handoff, trying to cut it back. Nice play that time.
Daniel Adeboboye last week for Ottawa.
Lots of love for the backs. He's now up high, incomplete. And Bo little off the mark on that one, trying to fit it into a tight window.
Here to get Kenny Lawler involved before too much time goes by in this ballgame.
Punt is away. Potentially available. 1 or 2. To the outside. McLeod Bethel Thompson. Full speaker again, getting some extra attention here with Austin Mack here in the lineup tonight.
Relying on the experience of the nickel, Brandon Dozier, a lot here.
And the secondary as well as a check down over the middle. Charleston Rambo finds himself in the middle of the traffic. Pushes his way towards the 55, and they'll give him the first down. So switching colors and in the same role, but McLeod gets his opportunity first as Rambo.
Who had previously been behind Cody Fajardo.
Thompson looks to his right, comes back to the left, now goes for a run and leans his way forward, takes a pop that time from Verzuk. Hendricks trying to dig their way in. Can't get a stop on this one, giving up the 1-yard buffer zone.
He'll put up great numbers. Just didn't win as many games as he would have liked.
MBT slides away this time, gets it to David Dallaire. As Dallaire down at the 40-yard line. Goes to Edmonton, now comes over here to Montreal and completes this one to Charleston Rambo. Big collision as Stavros Katsantonis came out from his free safety spot, got right into the chest of Charleston Rambo. Cloud comes to his right, looks to run, pressure's on. Hamilton's pass rush. Trying to stop this drive short. Julian Hauser coming back to Hamilton after leaving in free agency for Calgary a couple of years ago in Football League. And brings down McLeod Bethel-Thompson, forcing 2nd and 11. Underneath, incomplete. Rolling on the turf. Field goal attempts, last 2 games. Made 11 in a row since missing his first attempt of the season. And he's up around 90%.
Kenny Lawler, we still want to push it down there. Again, right now, I think if I'm the Ticats, continue to take what the defense gives you, or just throw running back wheels and get up like that, you know?
Little swing screen, Lou.
Yes.
You would have loved a swing screen. Get out in front, make a play.
Push the ball down the field.
Absolutely, good stuff from the Hamilton Tiger Cats and Luke Wilson as Johnny Augustine turns on the Jets. And to his point as well about Kenny Lawler and forcing it in, the backs and receivers combined in this one as we have just a few minutes remaining in this first half, and all of a sudden Hamilton's offense turning it up a little bit, and back-to-back plays for Johnny Augustine show up on the stat sheet here tonight. 1st and 10 from the 14. Bo hands it off, and just stumbling his way through the defense is Augustine. Hamilton can still get a first down. 2nd and 5, they go to the flats. Catch it, diving towards the first down marker, and it looks like Ward will have enough. Short yardage in here for the Tiger Cats on 3rd and inches. They didn't get it before we went to the 3-minute warning. Flags come up as Litre plunges his way forward.
Offside. Montreal number 53. The gain is greater. That penalty is declined.
So, 2 touchdowns on the season. They'll hand it off right into a brick wall. My name is Najee Murray. Short yardage in, Litre under center, 2nd and goal, plunges to the left-hand side, fights, can't get there. 3rd and goal for conventional here. Plenty of motion, Litre in the backfield. Bo looks to throw to the outside, plenty of traffic, running through it is Kenny Lawler into the end zone. Touchdown, Tiger Cats. Lawler's 2nd major in black and gold, and the first for either team in this ball game with 1:26 remaining in the half.
Yeah, Lawler's going to work across the formation out into the flat. Free release primary receiver. You see him coming left to right across the formation here. You get exactly what you want. So we'll take another look, but Wes Sutton's trying to follow him. What you'll need.
8 plays and 70 yards in a little over 3.5 minutes. And the Hamilton Tiger Cats tag on the extra point. Lawler making the big jump in free agency. Big splash for Tagovailoa and the Hamilton Tiger Cats making the big play here at the end of the first half. 8-4 as Montreal gets possession. Fletcher Jr. crosses the 30 to the 40 and finally brought down. Battle on special teams continues.
Lawler to get that space to be wide open.
Montreal begins this possession with 1:16 left in this first half. Tyson Philpott. Bethel-Thompson looks to his left. Tyler Sneed open on the out route. What a great route by the ECU alum that time.
Base.
But the ECU coaches getting their hands on some Patriots film. Totally changed his life as Tyson Philpott incomplete in between coverage. Trying to squeeze it in to 6 that time.
Philpott's career, end of Katsantonis'.
Bethel-Thompson in his 61st start will get wrapped up and thrown down. In the Alouettes backfield, it's Mario Kendricks. Joseph Zima will be called upon to send this low driving boot with a 2-man return back for the Tiger Cats. And caught on the run, Tim White looking for somewhere to escape. And a flag comes down late at the end of the play from the backside. I'm going to say, it's a gorgeous...
Hamilton number 47. Restricted penalty, first down.
5 years in, but Montreal down by 4 as we begin this second half. They will receive after Hamilton won the coin toss and took the football to begin. And James Hatcher Jr. realized he was headed towards a major. For James Lesher Jr., great starting field position here for Montreal. Play action, flip it to the outside. Tyler Snead trying to stay on his feet, but Ray Wilborn right there.
Demonstrating that he doesn't mind taking off with the rock.
36-year-old Bethel Thompson to the outside here. Tyler Snead gets another gain, makes him in, miss. Gaston-Tonis left in the dust that time by the quick feet of Snead. The foot that he broke in multiple places when he's playing football. It's when he's walking on a hardwood floor at home. That's when he remembers exactly what happened to him as Charleston Rambo on 1st and 10 will get a gain of 13 yards, and Thompson crosses 100 yards up to 115 on this drive as he looks to the outside. Cole Speaker, this one hangs up and Cole just couldn't find it. Bethel Thompson looking left all the way, rips it complete. Speaker has got to work for it, puts his head down. Tries to get to the 7-yard line. We'll see where they spot him. On the back end here, Benetine goes to the field corner. McLeod Bethel Thompson rolls that direction. Will challenge him right away. Throw it underneath. Big hit. Flying up to help Deshaun Amos, the former Toronto Argonaut. Bethel Thompson on 2nd and goal. Looks to his right. Throws it low and away. Incomplete. Charleston Rambo, the intended receiver. And Destin Talbert. They're in coverage to knock it away. Joseph Zima is his holder. And hammers that one through as you would expect. Percentages. Begins the second half with Curtis Shamar Bridges. We asked where he was a little bit earlier on. And a nice quick screen here in the Canadian Football League. He'll look to throw on 2nd and 4. Over the top, it is Kenny Lawler. Almost grabbed it.
Did he? He says yes.
Noel Thorpe on the spot. Thought it hit the turf from here. I thought he caught it originally and then it dropped down and smashed the turf. But Bo wants to go quick before they can get a look at it because they have called it a catch.
Lawler goes horizontal.
Wow.
You know, I don't like that angle because it kind of ruined the moment for me. But you can see clearly there an incomplete pass. Outstanding effort from Kenny Lawler.
It'll be 3rd down.
See if he can create some Montreal magic. Instead, it's going to be Hamilton. A little bit of trickery, extending the drive. We knew Constantino had a little arm on him. Tyler Turnowski, the Hamiltonian.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Misconduct. 15-yard penalty, Hamilton, number 42. There's also an objectionable conduct on Montreal. 10-yard penalty.
So offsetting, but no worse for wear. Is Hamilton, as their special teams unit, finds a way to extend the drive. Side there is returned to Hamilton, and flags come up.
Procedure, Hamilton number 61. 5-yard penalty, remains 1st down.
Dumoulin-Duguay
Kicks a little bit.
4-man rush from Montreal. Open once again is Tim White as he gets sandwiched. Darnell Sankey running all the way to the sideline. Tyrell Richards, former 1st overall pick as well.
As a defense about wanting to get the ball and score themselves.
2nd and 3, pressure on. Lawler makes the grab, moves the chains, looking for more, gets wrapped up along that sideline. Wesley Sutton in his 5th year to Northern Arizona makes the play. Mitchell hands it off, cutting back against the grain right into the heart of that Montreal defense. Marc-Antoine Dequoy downhill to help finish that one off. 2nd and medium. Needs a little bit more from his veteran quarterback. Mitchell steps forward, underneath, and to the outside. Lawler's catch radius on full display that time. Just entering week number 4. He's also taken over as the Tiger Cats all-time field goal percentage leader at 89.1%. Seeing that here as he gets to start at middle linebacker. Bob Bethel Thompson throws it to the outside. Sean Thomas Erlington couldn't fall underneath. Joseph Zima will send this one away. No pressure on. Dribbles its way down to Isaiah Wooden and popped out of bounds. Tyrese Beverett,
Former player getting involved in team ownership.
Bo Levi Mitchell pumps to the left, rolls to the right. Bo, just one carry this season for 11 yards. Picks up a little bit there on first down.
For many years.
Mitchell rips it out, throws it away from Marc-Antoine Dequoy, once again playing low in and around the boxes. Kenny Lawler gets up, wincing a little bit on that left shoulder. And Mitchell and Lawler on the same page that time around. As now they'll hand it off. Darnell Sankey doing what Sankey does, tracking it down from the backside. No chance for Johnny Augustine. Tons of communication at the line. Needs all of it on 2nd and 9. Look for the quick little screen to the left-hand side. Get into the hands of Keandre Smith. Works to the outside. Gets pushed out of bounds. Need to get to the 50. They'll spot him a few yards short immediately.
Not turning their backs to get back and block before he kicks the ball.
Cavianento finishing off the play that time. Montreal special teams came after it a little bit. Don't get there, but a little pressure as James Fletcher Jr. solid return out to the 30-yard line.
There's Tyrone Crawford. Long time with the Cowboys. Unbelievable human being. Has done a lot for the community. So I got to go Tyrone as my main guy.
Big interception.
Speaking of wins,
There we go. Benzak on cue. Wins
Let's
into
go.
the end zone.
Hey, Luke, you want to change your answer?
Hey, he just jumped me and Tyrone with that play. Lit this building up. I couldn't be more excited for Devin.
What a way to begin your career in the starting lineup for Devin Versa.
Stavros Katsantonis holding on to that one. It turns out all you have to do is get Luke Wilson to shout out your hometown, and magically the ball appears in your hands.
Well, take a look here. Deflected ball. He's got two receivers crossing. He looks like he's looking for Rambo on the check down as Tice is coming underneath. Throws up an arm and pops that ball up in the air. Devin Verasuk says, "Thank you very much."
Almost reminds me of an old clip I saw of Bill Belichick, one of those Patriots documentaries. The rare time they let a camera in the building where he said, "You see this? You see how excited we are for each other? That's how I know you guys actually like each other." Look at
The ball up in the air. Devin Verasuk, right place, right time.
Fletcher Jr. to the outside, continues to force the issue.
Obviously with that one on defense, but the other one largely manufactured by Johnny Augustine. Now getting big-time contributions from other non-linemen.
Double Thompson looks outside to Cole Speaker, and on 2nd and short, Montreal tried to get aggressive with it.
It was in the regular season. They were 8-1. If at any point in the game they got a 2-score lead.
Yeah.
Buddy.
We have offside on offense and offside on defense. Replay 3rd down.
Has great killer instinct.
Caleb Evans pushes forward. Devin Verasuk right there in the middle. Down, you can stay in for a play or two.
Yes.
Why not? Earn it. Get your snaps. We'll hand it off inside. Travis Tice running hard all the way down to the 40. Katsantonis from his free safety spot as a flag comes in at the end of the play. After 3 quarters of play here in the Hammer, you see the net yards for the Hamilton Tiger Cats significantly higher than the Montreal Alouettes have allowed throughout this early season.
In this situation, this is something you want to avoid. Stavros Katsantonis charged with a taunting foul there, giving the Alouettes a few extra yards. So discipline certainly a consideration here as well. Don't give them anything for free.
Final play of that third quarter springs Montreal's offense into significantly better field position as Caleb Evans stays in the ball game once again. This time rips it to the sideline. Incomplete. Second down and 10. Looking for Tyson Philpott. On their top Canadian receiver, Bethel Thompson steps forward, sees an opening, decides to take off, and going nowhere on second and long. And third here in Montreal. This one comes from 34 yards away. Zima gets it down, and Maltos smooth as ever. On fire last week before he left was 20 of 24 against the Elks. And bullied by Mitchell. Signs of life here for Shamar Bridges.
Season goes on.
Offense still feeling itself out with the addition of Lawler. Tendencies, where to go, how often to go to that spot. Well, you can tell the physical build. He's got a lot of attributes. As on second down and 2. They go back to Augustine. Somehow continues to push his way forward. Tim White sprints out wide. They'll go with a quick screen to him. Both rows are behind as the turn and grab it. And Burns got popped out of bounds. Keandre Smith, what a block out in front. And with the lead, Bo content to work the line of scrimmage a little bit. Almost hit the front side of Keandre Smith as he went cross-ball motion. As the play wraps up with Augustine rolling his way forward. Bo Levi Mitchell nearing win number 100. Working slowly at the line of scrimmage. Now comes to life, rips to the outside, tells Augustine to get upfield. He does. Beats Jeffrey Kenton-Arcou to the first down marker, and they'll move the sticks for the black and gold once again. Mid-play, mid-route. Mitchell keeps it on the fake. Rips it outside. And Litre quickly tackled. Love to get into the backfield and disrupt Bo here. They drop everybody out. And it's caught, chopped down along that sideline. We haven't said his name very much, but Trayshawn Ward makes the grab. Dobson celebrates with him along that sideline. From the Alouettes, showing nothing. Everybody's coming. Bo's throwing. Touchdown! One to Lawler, now another to White. And both of the Ticats star receivers have reached the end zone here in week 4.
Again, attacking that flat against man coverage as you get down in the goal line situation. This time it's just a little bit of a rub for Tim White. White right at the bottom of your screen. He's going to go to the flat. Lawler, by taking that inside path, just impacts the man in coverage, Najee Murray, as he attempts to chase Tim White to the outside.
Tim White, who leads all Hamilton receivers since Bo Levi Mitchell's arrival to the Tiger Cats, now has a dozen touchdown receptions from Mitchell. And Bo is up to 239 yards passing. Scott Milanovic said this week he knows they're in a better place than they were this time last year in terms of him and Bo seeing the game the same way. And that's certainly on display on that drive as return Travis Tice this time. The Lions have got a battle on their hands, I think, in that one. We'll see how it turns out. As Cole Speaker rumbles his way across the 50-yard line, down from the backside, but good chunk that time for the Alouettes passing attack as Bethel Thompson stands in, strong arm. He just flat-footed that one all the way to the wide side. Tyson Philpott waiting for it out there and daring it down to the slot back and then just rip it as far as you can out to the sideline. This time he'll look over the middle, running through coverage. Cole Speaker makes the grab. Katsantonis did everything he could to pop it loose, but Speaker onto his feet, and Davis Alexander loves it watching on. This season through their 3 victories right now, sitting at 212 yards, much less, but doesn't matter if they get into the end zone. Taking a shot here. Outside hand, Charleston Rambo couldn't hang on to it, incomplete. You know, Jason Moss and Anthony Calvillo will stay aggressive against a 4-man rush. Bethel Thompson, pressure on, somehow spins away from it, gets popped as he throws into traffic. Incomplete. And McLeod gave his body up on that one to try and make the throw as he pops up onto his feet. Blowing Pierre-Olivier Lestage off his feet. McLeod Bethel Thompson over the middle, and this one is complete for a first down. Goal to go now as Tyson Philpott rolls towards the end zone where he had an iconic Grey Cup touchdown. earns a first and goal. They'll roll the pocket all the way to the right. MBT hit as he throws, pops it up in the air. Incomplete. Then flop the slotbacks here. As Bethel Thompson with 7-man protection, rips it up for Cole Speaker. Touchdown Alouettes. Some momentum with 4:10 remaining.
The Alouettes are going to go for one here. This has become one of those philosophical debate questions, right? Scoring a touchdown after trailing by 15. You go for one first, you go for two first. They're going to go for the kick with Maltos.
This Hamilton crowd on a Friday night. A steamy one here in the Hammer as we head late into the fourth quarter, trying to avoid any cramping. But these legs fresh as ever.
Want to eat up as much time as they can here.
We'll begin with a throw. Off play action, Tim White makes his way forward. Looks like a gain of 8. Second down and 2. Love for them to find a way to get a turnover and give their offense another possession here as soon as possible. On 2nd and 2, going nowhere. Sean Oakman at the bottom there next to Darnell Sankey.
25 season.
Alouettes line up a yard off the ball. Antilitre under center, and a flag comes up on the snap. And with somebody off, is Hamilton.
Offside. Hamilton number 84.
Wow.
That's a 5-yard penalty. Repeat, third down.
He's on the edge.
Right on the end. Take a look at the hand. The tight end, Giovanni Robinson.
Anything to change the result, though. So, Nick Constantino hammers this one down, basically to the 10-yard line. Now Letcher gets chased down as he's driven backwards. What a great job by the special teams unit of the Tiger Cats. Tyler Turnowski. What a play, a big special teams play. And
Points against a Jason Moslow. Oh, and here we go.
in a wild
Here we go.
play into the end zone. Hamilton's on it. Julian Hauser, touchdown.
A Montreal team that bread and butter is forcing its opponents into mistakes.
At the end of the day here, boys, I think Hamilton just needs my mic to be hot. Every time my mic's hot, defense is scoring points. I mean, we're 2 for 2 right now.
We can't let you up in the booth then, Luke. It's the endless defensive touchdown.
Yeah, that's a tough one there, though. Again, if you're McLeod, you're thinking we're coming out here, we're making plays, we don't handle the snap. That's a real tough pill to swallow, especially after the stop you just got.
To suit the role that he's been asked to fill here in Hamilton, that was a massive play. A marquee pass rusher, per se. You know, Casey Sales, a guy who he gets his share of sacks, but as a unit, they've done a nice job tonight.
Piecing it together just like this special teams at home in June since 2019. And this one goes to Regis Sivasu.
Giving up yardage in big chunks if you're the Ticats D.
Bethel Thompson looking for the home run, and it's incomplete. Tyler Sneed running between the coverage there. Supply clock down to 4. McLeod asks for the snap quickly and receives it. Has time and underthrows this one. Was looking for Philpott. McLeod asking for a penalty down the field as well. Thought there was some contact.
Montreal is challenging that there was defensive pass interference on their player number 85.
Coming out of the slot here. And Wilborn's playing that inside leverage, trying to wall him off. And Sneed tries to make that break back to the inside.
The ruling on the field stands. First down.
5 of 31. Nice snap. A bit of an awkward handoff as well. As Johnny Augustine wrapped up by Sean Oakman.
Resulted in a touchdown late in the first half.
They go back into the belly of their running back. 300 yards in each of the 2 losses Hamilton had. Oh, now a late flag comes out as Sankey is going to give up some free yardage here, it looks like.
The play, unnecessary roughness, Montreal number 1, and an objectionable conduct, Hamilton number 61. Second down.
Move to 8-6 career against the Montreal Alouettes. There's a handoff here. Going nowhere. Darnell Sankey tired of standing around for as long as he was. Dean's helmet on the top. So Johnny will play with 3 of the 4 done up. Gets the football again. He's trying to outrun everybody, but minimal gain. He's got 7 straight going here in 2025. Oh, it started to the left. Came back and tucked in tight. That middle linebacker right now with Verzak playing leading man in that group. Return from Travis Tice, who they've been kicking it to all night long. We'll wrap things up here on week number 4. Coming up on Sunday, is this one incomplete?
Happening as far as the Tiger Cats are concerned. And for Montreal, tough one tonight, but this is a fantastic Alouettes football team.
Who as of right now sit winless through the month of June in 2025. But for Hamilton, it's a victory, it's a moment in history, and it's a message sent that they are still alive in this East Division here on Canada Day weekend.